Okay, let's get started punching this. I have my needle all threaded. I'm going to punch this little circle, well, half circle, for my pennies. I'm going to do these in red, and I think I'll do the top brown. Get a little extra. I don't leave a lot of floss hanging out at the end of the needle because I don't like to waste a lot of floss, but when you're first starting, leave yourself about an inch or so. That way you won't unthread your needle accidentally. Speaking of unthreading your needle, when you are punching, it is with a ball of floss, it is very important to keep it in something that's going to keep your ball moving loosely so that it doesn't get caught up and snagged on things. I keep mine in a little antique juice glass. I think I paid like 5 cents for this. I do make floss keeps, fancier floss keeps, but it always seems to end up that I never have one for myself. Keep your ball of floss in there, that way it flows smoothly and doesn't snag. If this floss that's hanging from the back of the needle catches on something, it's going to pull your floss out. And if you're punching along and your hoops don't stay in, generally it's because you've caught your floss up. This end of your floss is caught on something. When I first started punching, I didn't know I needed to keep my floss or my ball of floss in something, and I would just have it sitting in the chair, and it would often get caught in the corner of the chair or fall down onto the floor and get snagged up on things, and my loops kept pulling out, and I couldn't figure out why. Well, that's why. Also, if you're punching along and your loops don't stay in, I do that almost every time, your loops don't stay in, if it's not a problem with this thread caught up somewhere, it may be you have a knot in the floss inside your needle. That does happen. I mean, nothing is perfect, and now and again you will get a little snag or knot in your floss, and that will get caught up in this needle. And if that does happen, you'll need to separate your needle and pull your floss out of there and rethread after you've cut away that knot. You'll find directions on how to open up your needle and switch the needle tips and everything in your Cameo Punch needle book. Just make sure that when you put it back, the spring is aligned properly and you have it set back on one. Alright, so we're going to get started. You're going to push your needle tip in. You're going to punch, lift, drag. And when I say lift, you're going to lift the needle out of the hole that you just punched it in, but just so the tip is still touching the fabric. You don't want to punch down in, lift it way up, punch down in, because then you're going to have a lot of loops on the back of your work, and that will make your work very loose, and that's how your loops will come out. As long as you have your loops flush to the fabric here, your loops will stay in and be nice and tight. But if you're punching down, lifting, punching down, it's going to be a mess. You want